Genesis chapter 17, the sign of the covenant, verses 1 and 2. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to Abram and said to him, I am Almighty God. Walk before me and be blameless, and I will make my covenant between me and you and will multiply you exceedingly. The reason I think it's so important that verse 1 puts the age of Abram is because we can see that time has passed since we've last checked up on him. Verse 16, the last verse, said that Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. Now he's 99. I think part of the reason that Abram and Sarai couldn't have a child was because they weren't ready for it. God knew that they would eventually be ready for it, but he knew that they were not there yet. Time has passed. They had to be patient. A lot of time, they're finally ready. Verses 5, 6, and 7. No longer shall your name be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of you, and kings shall come from you. For an everlasting covenant to be God to you and your descendants after you. God is reassuring that the covenant will in fact come true. God will be with him. This covenant is everlasting. Now we get to the actual sign. Verses 10 and 11. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your descendants after you. Every male child among you shall be circumcised, and you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskins, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and you. It is a constant reminder that you are in a covenant with God. It's with you at all times. Verse 13 and 14. He who is born in your house and he who is bought with your money must be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised male child who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin, that person shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. It applies to everybody. If you haven't done your share of the covenant, then you will be cut off from God, because that's all God is asking you to do. It is just a reminder that you are with God. Verses 15 and 16. Then God said to Abraham, As for Sarai your wife, you shall not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. And I will bless her, and also give you a son by her. And I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of peoples shall be from her. So even though Abram has already bore a son with Hagar, he's now going to bear a son with Sarah, like it was originally intended all along. Verses 17 and 18. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? And shall Sarah, who is 90 years old, bear a child? And Abram said to God, Oh, that Ishmael might live before you. There goes Abraham with not having faith and doubting God again. This is the same mistake he made before, but he's making it again. So God restates what he was saying before. Verses 19 through 21. Then God said, No, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. He shall beget 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear to you at this set time next year. God says, No, listen to me. You are going to bear a child with Sarah, and he's going to be successful. He's going to be a part of the covenant as well. Verses 24, 26, and 27. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. That very same day Abraham was circumcised, and his son Ishmael, and all the men of his house, born in the house or brought with money from a foreigner, were circumcised with him. They're all making the first step to being closer to God forever. This chapter restates you need to have faith, you need to trust in God's plan. Even though it may seem strange, weird, may seem wrong or bad, God still has a proper plan for you. And he promises success and happiness as long as you're with him. Thank you for watching.